We're going to try a different camera angle here. And I'm just going to say, be very cautious about fatigue on this job, because laying in felts requires a level of concentration that is probably the greatest that you're going to experience in piano repair, other than restraining a piano. But, so take a break, get a little tea, clean your tools, get yourself ready to go. Think about what you're doing. You know, you have a jack for down here. That's a 1-3-7, and you have one for here, and that's a 1-4-6. And you know that you have a heavier felt for here and a thinner one here. So step number one, if we were doing it, okay, step by step by step, is to cut the felt. Okay. That one. It'll work. Okay, then curvature-wise, I want to be like that. And what do I mean curvature? They're sold in rolls, so the ribbon will have a curve to it. And it doesn't really matter what's happening with the felt once it gets past that line, and that's less than 1/4 inch. So between here and here, it's not very much space, and the rest is open. So the only thing that counts is, you know, where that wood is in there, because that's what's going to hit the key. These are not equally cut. One of them is a little bit thicker and one's a little thinner. As a matter of fact, I could go use that with another one of these. Those are much closer in size. Okay, so I know I'm coming here. I've got a clean toothpick. Got the glue removed. I'm ready to come in with my PVCE glue, and I don't like the look of this because it's just globbing up. We'll unglob it and come to here. Like that. All right. Tweezers. So step one, cut the pieces and lay them out in the way that they're going to be. Okay, that has a curvature that way. In other words, I want the ends, like if it's curved like that, to this to glue to the wood, so it'll flatten out, instead of naturally wanting to pull away from the wood. Okay, so now we're going to place our glue on the inside of the key stick here. You don't use very much. A little bit like that. And like that. Okay. It's time now to hit the felt. I get the felt kind of wet, but I don't leave globs. See what I mean? It's not thick. I come in and drop it into position. I'll worry about positioning it a little bit more accurately in a bit. I like to get the other one in. Too much glue. I have just a little bit sticking up because there is no overhang on this one. And this is the larger call. I wiggle it back and forth, and I'm going to bring it down and let it push down into here, and I'm going to take it and seat it down into there, like that. I'm helping to seat the felt down flush with the wood. 1, 2, 3. Wiggle around, and there we go. Okay, now let's cut our felts. This one is the bigger one. They end up being just about square when they're correct. And this is the one where I need to be careful. And then I want to go for the curvature. That side gets covered with glue. That side gets covered with glue. First, the lid glue goes inside. I don't have enough glue here. Close. This is not the kind of job that you're just going to roar through and, oh, you know, I got this done. Don't work like that quite. You wouldn't want to put felt in the key stick all the way up because it would have too much friction. In other words, you only want the key stick to have felt just down about 2/3 of a quarter inch. That's it. Now, this, I need a little bit more glue. Cover it up. I remember I used to use a needle nose pliers to hold these while I was working. I think the tweezers works better. It's more minimalist. You can see it's almost like painting a wall, just a thin little layer. I don't want globs. Okay, and this one now can come into position here. It's about where we'll end up. And we got this one. This one gets the goop now. That's a lot of glue compared to what I normally put on, but I'll just spread it over a little wider area. All right. Come in here like that. Okie doke. Come. Now, this one has the thinner. The right way to do this is to bring, see how I wiggle the caul around, and then I'm going to bring my felt down just a hair here on that side, like that. Now, to help it lay into the wood properly on that side channel, I'm going to come in and just give it a little bit more glue, like that. And now I'm going to take the screwdriver and come in and push down on this felt to allow it to go down into its position a little bit. And that one too. Now I can come in here and seat it very accurately into that wooden channel. So I'm helping to make sure manually here that this felt sits into the space properly. I'll pick up any screw residue, glue residue. This goes into here. That goes like that. So now, you know, the caul's in and I've got that felt going into the channel cut in the wood. Okay, so that one's lined up, this one's lined up, and one more down. 1, 2, 3. Do one more. And then take a break. Stick number 4. See that the felt has to come and go around that inner edge there, come around like that. This one just lays it flat. Let's clean this because it got a little goopy from scraping. Let's clean our toothpick tube and either this. Clean tools make a big difference in your end result or something like this.